Today we're talking about the qualities and traits that impress a narcissist. We're looking at the exact traits that narcissists notice in you and why these qualities make you a target. And you might be surprised, but sometimes the very traits that make you kind, strong, or empathetic are the same ones that draw a narcissist in. So don't go blaming yourself here. This is about awareness, understanding what they notice, how they react, and how they can use your qualities to manipulate or control you. So in this video, we'll go through these traits one by one. I'll give you some real examples of how narcissists fixate on them, and you'll begin to see why being noticed by a narcissist is not a reflection of your flaws. It's actually a reflection of your values. So by the end, hopefully you'll have a clear picture of how narcissists operate and what they're drawn to and why being aware of these dynamics is crucial for protecting your energy and boundaries. So like I said, you might be surprised by what impresses them, but even more surprised to realize that these qualities are exactly what makes you human, authentic, and whole. So don't go and change yourself to please them or to appease them. So number one, we have empathy and compassion. One of the first things a narcissist notices is your empathy. They're drawn to people who genuinely care, who notice emotions in others, and who instinctively want to help. Imagine a friend who always listens, a partner who remembers every subtle change in your mood, or someone who instinctively comforts others without being asked. These are beautiful, admirable qualities, but to a narcissist, they are opportunities. They'll use your empathy to test your boundaries by sharing their problems repeatedly, to guilt you into doing things for them, or to create dependency so that you feel responsible for their emotional well-being. Number two is strength. They're attracted to your strength and then your resilience. Strength and resilience are traits that naturally impress narcissists. When they see someone who handles challenges, makes decisions, or recovers from setbacks gracefully, they notice. It might be your work ethic, your ability to stay calm under pressure, or your determination to achieve goals. These are qualities to be proud of. They admire your strength. It's something that they wish to own, just like they wish they could have that compassion that you have. It makes you lovable. It makes you real. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to put in extra effort to be a wonderful being. But this strength, as much as they love and admire, they're also jealous of. And they're going to use it to their advantage. They can call you all kinds of horrible names and you'll take it. They can dump all their negative energy and hurl insults at you, cheat on you, and completely reject you, and you'll take it. You're resilient. You'll even be there for them in their times of needs, and you won't leave. Aren't they disgusting? The narcissist often reacts to your strength with a mix of admiration and manipulation. Of course, they're not going to show you the admiration part here. And they might attach themselves to your accomplishments also. And when we say a narcissist attaches themselves to your accomplishments, it means that they use your successes or your achievements to reflect positively on themselves or to manipulate you rather than genuinely celebrate your accomplishments here. And that can look like taking credit or implying credit. They might casually imply they helped you achieve something, even when they didn't, or suggest that your success wouldn't have happened without them. The last and final narcissist in my life, he took credit for all the stained glass pieces I made. He took a bunch of my work and went all over town showing my pieces to these businesses, to these stores, telling them that he was the artist. And when I found out about it, he said that he was marketing, and it looked romantic that a man created art. The guy had never done a stained glass piece in his life. They are ballsy, I tell you. It can look like using your accomplishments to boost their image. That's what he had done here. They might talk about your achievements to others as they're connected to them somehow. Does that ring a bell to anyone? Yeah, I helped them get that promotion, or that's my influence right there. Big walking egos living in a make-believe world. creating dependency or control. By attaching to your success, they might subtly pressure you to continue performing or achieving, often to feed their own ego or sense of importance. For example, if it's about a career success, they might say something like, you have to keep this momentum going. We can't afford for you to slow down right now. If it's financial achievement, they might say something like, now that you're earning more, we should upgrade our lifestyle. It's only fair. Or you can't start cutting back on work now. Everyone expects us to live like this. If it's personal goals like fitness or education, you need to sign up for the next course. You don't want to fall behind others. Dependency and control can also be jealousy disguised as praise. They'll compliment you, but in a way that makes you doubt yourself or feel obligated to please them. Wow, that's impressive. I hope you don't outshine me too much. So essentially, your hard work, your talent, or your accomplishments, they become a tool for the narcissist, something that they can exploit to manipulate, control, or elevate their own image. They're going to push you to overextend yourself also, so your energy serves them. The narcissist encourages or pressures you to do more than is reasonable. So your time, your effort, and your energy are directed towards supporting them or meeting their needs rather than being available for your own needs. And it often shows up as extra favors or responsibilities. They might ask for constant help, whether it's emotional support, running errands, or doing tasks for them, things that go beyond normal expectations. They might borrow money from you, money that you can't really afford to be lending out. And sometimes it's an outright demand. It can be guilt-tripping, complaining, or implying that you owe them because of your relationship. So you feel compelled to give more than you can. And over time, this drains your energy, leaving you depleted and less able to focus on your needs, your goals. So while you're giving your energy, they get attention, admiration, or emotional satisfaction without reciprocating. Your efforts primarily serve their agenda. Service. You're about service. So basically, the narcissist benefits from your overextension while you are left exhausted and emotionally drained. Number 3 is emotional depth and intuition. Emotional depth is magnetic. If you are introspective, reflective, or intuitive, a narcissist notices. Emotional depth and intuition means that the person has the ability to feel and understand emotions deeply, not just their own, but other people's as well. They're empathetic, they're perceptive, and often sensitive to subtle emotional shifts in a room. And these qualities, they make the person more likely to nurture, validate, and anticipate the narcissist's needs, which is exactly what a narcissist wants. You experience emotions fully. You value meaningful conversations, and you can sit with someone in their pain or joy without shutting down. You can sense when someone is upset without them saying a word, or you pick up on tension or unspoken feelings. It's like an internal radar for other people's emotions. And narcissists, they love this because these traits make you an emotional resource. They don't have that depth themselves, so they attach to yours. They see you as someone who will understand them like no one else will, which makes it easier to manipulate you into giving endless emotional supply. For example, you come home and your partner, the narcissist, is unusually quiet. So without them saying anything, you feel something's wrong, right? You stop everything that you're doing, you sit right next to them and then mention that they seem to be off and do they want to talk about it? And they'll sigh dramatically, especially if it's a covert here, and say, no one ever notices when I'm stressed except you. And you immediately shift into problem-solving mode. They're getting supply here, right? So you're comforting them, listening for hours, maybe even apologizing if they imply that you're part of the stress, all while ignoring your own needs. Your depth makes you vulnerable to emotional manipulation. They might love bomb you at first, praising your insight, and later they might twist your understanding of their actions to make you question yourself. They exploit your desire to see the best in others, keeping you engaged and uncertain. I mean, Friends, these are horrible, horrible, horrible people. Number 4, another thing that they really like about you and admire is your independence and authenticity. Independence and authenticity stand out immediately to a narcissist. They are drawn to people who live on their own terms, although they quickly take it away from you. They love that you express yourself honestly, and they love when people make choices aligned with their values. They are intrigued by people who are not easily controlled, but that intrigue becomes manipulation, a game to take you down so that they can overpower you, and this strengthens them. If you're strong and independent, they respect that in their own way, although they're not going to tell you. Basically, they respect that, not you. But it strengthens them because if they look up to you for being strong and independent, imagine how much stronger that they can feel if they can overpower you. And they'll test that independence to see how much influence that they can exert. They'll do things like create tension by undermining your choices subtly. They're very, very conniving. Number 4 is generosity and thoughtfulness. Your generosity, big or small, doesn't go unnoticed here. Narcissists are drawn to people who give time, energy, or resources without expecting anything in return. So if you ever want to know how to get back at a narcissist, remove all these things that I've been mentioning today. They admire your generosity at first, then they use it as leverage, expecting more than is reasonable. With a narcissist, what's theirs is theirs and what's yours is theirs. Number 6, your intelligence and creativity. They are drawn to people who can solve problems thoughtfully. Smart people often take initiative in fixing problems, finding solutions, or improving things. That means that the narcissist can offload responsibility and rely on you to handle life's complications. And I mentioned this earlier, but status and image boost. A smart partner makes them look good. If you're articulate, knowledgeable, or successful in an intellectual sense, they can bask in the reflected glory. Look at me, I landed someone brilliant. Social leverage. Your intelligence might open doors for them. Better social circles, networking, business opportunities, or even making conversations more impressive at parties. Early on, they brag about you. She's the smartest woman I know, or he, right? Honestly, I learned so much from her. It makes them look good by association. Later, they might flip it into criticism. For someone so smart, you can be really clueless. And that contrast, the praise then devalue, keeps you seeking their approval, keeps you chasing. So it's not about loving your intelligence for your sake. It's about how your intelligence serves their ego, their lifestyle, and control needs. Let's look at some real life scenarios here. A narcissist notices your empathy and uses it to offload their emotional baggage, keeping you constantly available. They admire your resilience, then subtly pressure you to take responsibility for their mistakes or inconveniences. Your intuition and insight impress them, but they may twist your understanding to gaslight or confuse you. Your independence attracts them, but they test it by challenging your boundaries or creating drama. Generosity and thoughtfulness are praised but often exploited for favors, gifts, or constant attention. Your intelligence and creativity may be admired, yet they're co-opted for their benefit with little acknowledgement of your contribution. So all in all, the very traits that impress a narcissist are your strengths, not your flaws. Empathy, resilience, intuition, independence, generosity, and intelligence are gifts, gifts that should be celebrated and protected. Your qualities are magnetic, not because you're a target, but because they make you human and real powerful. So protect them, nurture them, and choose carefully who gets to share that energy. So that is all for today. And so if you like this video, please subscribe or comment. And if you prefer not to comment, then please click on the like button because it matters to the algorithms and it helps push my channel forward. So thank you, and we shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.